This is no edit, so I gotta hit the start button and come back over here. All right, so this is, I think, part 6. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that. But we finished the stitching and on these suspenders. We're building a firefighter suspender, a set of suspenders. In the link below, you'll find a link to the patterns for this project, as well as a leather crafting tips playlist. But of course, I'm going over a lot of those processes as I'm doing it. So in this video, all we need to do is bevel and burnish the edges, and then we assemble. All right, and I apologize for the last video, part 5, where the last half of the video, my microphone died. So there wasn't much that you missed anyway on that video. So I just finished stitching, and that's it for the most part. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the camera, and we are going to. By the way, this is Florida cold. That's why I'm wearing this sweater. What is it? 63. That's cold for me, my friends. That's Florida cold. Okay. All right. Let's come here, and we're just gonna bevel and burnish, and I'll show you the tool that I use for the most part. Now this is gonna be a little bit different because we put this crease in there. It's the first time I did this crease. See that small little crease on the edge? And it kind of rounds the edge off. So I'm not gonna bevel the top here. Although it's not creased as much as I'd like. But we're gonna roll with it. See, it bounced back a lot. This is the problem with the Latigo, is it's gonna bounce back a little bit. But let's just try it out. We're just gonna bevel the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick little sharpen on my beveler. First of all, this is a Weaver Leather Master Edge Beveler, number 1. It's a little small for this thickness. You could use a number 2, but I like this look. Just a blank scrap. And this is Jeweler's Rouge, the red. And I'm just gonna put some on the edge here like this. And we're gonna sharpen this beveler just like this. Go against, not with. And this will give it a nice little, it'll whistle like that. It'll do a whistle job on you. And I'm kind of turning it, getting the full surface of this sharpening side of this beveler. All right, let's see if that'll make a difference here. All right. Yep, nice and smooth. I suppose you could wet this a little bit so you can bevel it a little bit easier. But we're not going to do that right now because I'm not having a problem. That is one thing that's true with the Vegetan. It's pretty firm, so it kind of doesn't bunch up on you when you're beveling. So like I said, I'm not doing the top on that. We're going to check it out. Hopefully, I'll be able to assemble this in this video, but we'll see. I don't think so. Is this part 6? I don't even know, guys. Maybe one more after this one. Yeah, we'll do this video, and then maybe one more, and then that'll be it for the thing. Now these, oh, not these, sorry. I'll do these here. The things that are stitched. Done. Did I do both sides? I do that quite often. You know what I forgot to do? Burned a little tag off of the thread. We'll do that here after I bevel everything. Now these pieces right here, when I click them out, let me show you. When I click these pieces out, the clicker actually puts a little bit of a burnish and rounds the edges off a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Can you? So I never do the tops of these, only the bottom. Anything that comes out of the clicker, I typically don't bevel the top. Because I like that look. It is rounded off, but the bottoms I always do. These are kind of a pain in the butt, these thin pieces here. These I'm going to do the tops and the bottoms because when I stamp this, when I click this out, I actually click it out of 1.5, so the sides don't really click all the way. Sometimes they do, and sometimes it doesn't. So I just go ahead and hit it. All right, let's go ahead and throw all of this guys out. And then what I'm gonna do is put this guy away and we're done with her. We're gonna go ahead and this little slack. See that little bit right there? I'm gonna burn that off. Don't know if you have to do this. I stitched over and back stitched when I started, but out of habit, when I used to hand stitch, I always did this, so. I feel better if I do it. Dunskies. All right, we're gonna take her over here and we're gonna burnish all this. I think we're gonna come right here. You can see, we're gonna do it right there. So I'm gonna do these smaller pieces first. I'm gonna bring it to the other table and I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I got my jar of water, little wool dauber. I use some glycerin saddle soap. And I'll show you what that looks like. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in over there. Sorry, y'all. See if I can zoom in right over there. All right, watch. A little water. Maddie. Mama. Maddie. She left. Water. A couple hits of the glycerin saddle soap. And then you can use a regular old burnisher like this if it decides to focus. Or you can use this big burnisher over here. And we're going to use the one that I paid for. That one right there. All right. That really does a nice job there. I'm gonna take a little bit of a mixture of this beeswax paraffin wax. I'm gonna throw it on here to finish polishing it off. I'm just messing around with the burnishing a little bit, trying to get a nice clean burnish. All right, hold on. I have my mic right there, so I have to keep it in my hand. Yeah, this really puts a nice burnish on this thing. I don't know if you could see that, but See that? That quick. All right, so I'm gonna set this to the side and do the rest same way. So water, glycerin saddle soap, burnish it, and then I put some of this mixture of beeswax and paraffin wax. I make these myself. And I'll throw it on the burnisher and finish it off that way. So that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the items. And you could just watch me do it. Wow, look at that. I missed a spot. I forgot to bevel this spot because I was talking to you. It's your fault, everyone. If the guy returns this item, it's your fault, okay? Your fault completely. I'm blaming it on YouTube, peoples. How did I miss that? You guys keep interrupting me, that's why. You guys are rude. If you're gonna dye or paint your edges, you don't want any wax touching the edges before you paint your dye because the dye won't saturate that beeswax. So you want to make sure that you bevel with just water first. Don't let that contaminate your edges because then you have a hard time painting your edges. Which I'm gonna get into here soon, this next year, because I do like that look. I like the natural look as well, but keep forgetting. Now the main straps I'm going to focus a little bit more on. I'll take my time with those main straps. That's what they're going to feel, that's what they're going to see. But these little pieces, I still do a really good job on this, but they obviously go a lot faster. I feel like I'm missing something. I do. I'll find out once I put it together. Man, this goes quick. Now these little guys are kind of notoriously a pain in the butt. They'll bust your knuckles on this machine, so you gotta be careful. They certainly will. See how close my knuckles are getting? One time there was like a little piece of wood sticking out from this machine and went so deep in my skin. The world's biggest splinter in my shop. You can't feel this, but these are super smooth edges here. Oh, we're missing one more attachment piece. I'm so close to this with my knuckles, it's ridiculous. All right, we go into the big guys now. There was one part that I needed to sand down a little bit, but we'll see how it does after I burnish it. It might be okay. Oh man, that does a really good job. What are you doing, buddy? You can't see it, but that joker is super smooth. If it ever decides to focus. See that? Super smooth. Hold on, somebody text me. Signature required. Okay. Hopefully we can get all this done in one video, 15 minutes. I think I have 15 minutes left before I hit my 30-minute mark. This is the one that required a little sanding. No, it's not this one. It's not. I thought it was. Hello. Got 12 minutes left. I'm not rushing it. I just don't want to go over 30 minutes. I used to do the beeswax maneuver a while back, but then I started doing the acrylic resin, and now I'm gonna try to do both. So I'm gonna, once these are all burnished, I'm gonna actually go ahead and soak the edges with acrylic resin anyway, and see how that takes. I did it with this chin strap, and I did beeswax on the edges and acrylic resin afterwards, and it just made a little thin layer of plastic over it, so we'll see how that holds. It must be the other strap that had that glue on the edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this all up. All right. Came out good. This is the tip, so I'm going to spend a little time here. that's really, really nice. You know, it doesn't look like that when I'm doing it on this angle, but it actually finishes really nice. One more strap. Actually, two more. I forgot about this little guy here. One more, my friends. And I think this is a part that had a little bit of glue right here. So I'm gonna touch that up right there. And that was just enough to take that glue off. All right. So from this view, it doesn't look like it's burnishing, but when I take it off, it really does a good job. This is just water and glycerin saddle soap right now. There is a little residue of beeswax on the burnisher, but it's really not, it's not doing anything wrong or bad. It's coming out good still. Let's put some more there. Let's work on this tip. We're almost done, fellers. We're like 3 minutes out. Yeah, looking really good. All right, so I'm gonna put this away, and then there is one more thing to do. How much time do I have? 4 minutes left before 30-minute mark. That's no bueno. That is no bueno, my friends. No bueno. All right, what we're gonna do is he wanted, oh, I'm gonna put that coat like I was saying. Okay, I'm gonna put this little clear plastic film. And in that one jar you have this acrylic resin. This is a finish that a lot of guys use. It's acrylic, it goes over the whole project. I don't do that, I just put it on the edges. So we're gonna see, like I said, I messed with it earlier with the beeswax. Typically I don't mess with the beeswax, I just do the water and saddle soap. But and then this acrylic. But I'm gonna try. I did it earlier and it came out good. It still took. So I'm gonna hit all these edges up, and then we'll call this video done. And then the next video is gonna be assembly, and that's it. This is a magic eraser, like a cheap brand, the off-brand magic eraser, and I just cut it up in little pieces like this. It absorbs really well and it doesn't leak. I could tell that this acrylic finish is kind of sitting on top, which is fine. It'll turn to a little film. I don't know, trial and error, right? To see what works. I know that just the water and the saddle soap burnish with this on top holds. I want to see what adding the acrylic on top, what it'll do. Maybe an extra layer of protection, given what this material and these suspenders, what they go through. So, and one thing is true. This is the nicest this set of suspenders is ever going to look, and that's okay. All right? You want it to look a little salty. You know what I mean? Oh, I got 2 minutes left, y'all, before my 30-minute mark kicks in. I don't want to rush it, but at the same time, I want to finish by the 2-minute mark. We're almost done. Wow, 30 minutes, just a burnishing video. How much time? I got 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm not gonna be able to do this. Oh, that sucks. Maybe I can. I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna do it like I normally do. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get it. 1 minute and 20 seconds before it shuts off on me. I'm not gonna get it, boys. It ain't happening. 59 seconds. Nah, not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to shut it off and restart it again. Give me a second, and then we'll finish up. Hold on. Wow, time flies when you're burnishing. Alrighty. So this acrylic resin, I notice, even though I did a wax finish, it is sticking to the top here. And I like that. Now, I will tell you one thing, and that is when we have to punch the holes, that's when everything comes together. It really does. To me, when the holes get punched, that's when it starts to look really good. So all those pieces have the acrylic finish on the edges, just a little extra layer of protection. And put this back. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go over here because he wanted antique brass. And I don't know if I'm gonna continue offering this in the future, and I'll show you why. Because if you're not careful, where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Because if you're not careful, you can really overdo it. It doesn't look terrible, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, let me show you. All right, it's just a pot. Regular pot, Walmart pot, and then a little strainer with some legs on the bottom so that they don't sit in the liquid. A little bit of white vinegar. Throw that on the bottom a little bit. You don't want the pieces to sit in there. This is garbage. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the hardware real quick. Just want to double check. 4, 1, 2, yeah. So here's my hardware, and I'm gonna leave it in there. There's my hardware, and we'll call this the outro right here. The hardware's in there, and I let it sit for an hour, maybe 30 minutes, depending how dark you want it. I let it sit overnight sometimes because I forget, and then the next morning it's really dark and it looks really good. You just got to spend a little extra time cleaning off those little green deposits and where it calcifies and all that. Is it called calcifies? Oxidizes. You know, where it turns green like the Statue of Liberty. Just got to clean that off a little bit. It does come off. But that's it for this video. The next video, we're going to take this out and we're going to assemble everything. And then we're done. That should take another 30-minute video. Anyways, God bless you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.